He's crashing. Whoa. Alert.
Rosen on 1st and 10. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And now it's Rosen looking. That's complete to Meredith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
I got you. Shoot. Wide. Get wide. Shoot. Kill.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
You got it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rosen gets it to Meredith, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Let him know.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Completes this one to Meredith. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw here, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Check 52, come on. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Double up.
On 1st, here's Washington. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
1st down, Broncos.
Rosen now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
Mike.
On second down, it's Freeman. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. To throw is Rosen. Open man is Moore. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
And the Broncos first down.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
This is Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
50, Mike 50. Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
20, 20, 15. Let's go, let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 2. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking it. From that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter two, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those three words we hear a lot, stay the course. Second down and inches. This is the tight end, Njoku. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Second and 3. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. On second down now, Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's just me and you.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, fellas.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get nervous.
Here's Rosen. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Rosen now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. Again, it's Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. DeAndre Washington, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end. Zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's got his target. It's caught. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now back to throw. That's complete to Cobb. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. First carry for James Conner. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Second and 15. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Completes this one to Meredith. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, Washington. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Rosen off the play action. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's brought down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Rosen will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cameron Meredith, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They're going to look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Connor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. complete to Washington. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Connor. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? You keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point put through by Boswell, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
That's 6, baby. Mike's 50. Here we go.
Now Washington. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete. Here's Ryan Allen now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. snags it for the pick.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on,
Now it's Rosen. Gets it to Meredith, complete.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rosen to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start the drive with Cotter. They find some open field here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Freeman. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Freeman again, a first down carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Here's Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They toss to Freeman. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So there's one big play followed by the timeout as we're under 10 seconds to go. And now how do you play it offensively? We'll find out.
Mike. Check back.
Now it's Rosen. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This will be from 53 for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.